sure you do. I'm sure your inbox be flooded. No, I'm just joking.
Stop it.
Y'all don't want to mess with her though. She's crazy. Shit. You know what I'm saying?
Angel, don't scare him off, man.
Nah, I ain't scared no one off. Shit, they'll probably be more infatuated. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit.
Oh, she's crazy. Great.
I was gonna ask you, like, are you like a daredevil? Will you catch? Will you catch? Will you climb? Will you fucking go? Will you catch a crazy? Will you try to catch crazy spots? Will you push yourself when it comes to
a certain extent? As long as I know I'm stable, like I love heights. I fucking love heights. Put me up there, you know, as long as I know that I'm fucking stable, I will get it. Like, I do not care. The minute I already start feeling that shit's fucking kind of flimsy or I'm gonna fall through, like, I'm good. I'm not the lightest person.
You like hitting billboards?
I haven't done many. I actually haven't done many. I haven't done like the super, super tall ones like my boys do. Like, man, like I've wanted to, and I had told them before, like a few years ago, as a matter of fact, I'm like, I'm ready. I feel like I'm ready. And they're like, Reds, we don't think you're ready, bro. Like, not yet. Because they also don't want to fucking feel guilty in case something does pop out, like something happens or some shit.
Right.
I completely respect it.
Yeah, I totally respect that. So there's no way. I mean, shit. I got actually a funny story how fucking Toes and Shoe made me get on this rooftop one time, and that shit was kind of wild. It was like one of those ladders where it's like only halfway down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like we found this big like wooden spindle, and it was after a Broncos game, and like. Cause no dog, we're going dog right now, dog. Like, all right, fuck, let's go get it over with. And I think I'm just gonna watch out because they're getting on the rooftop. I gotta get on the roof, you know what I mean? And he's like, no dog, you're getting on the roof tonight. I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, we basically rolled this big ass wooden spindle underneath the ladder, and then I want to say we put like another spindle on it, and I still can't quite reach it. And that fool's like, step on my block, dog. And I'm like, are you sure, homie? He's like, yeah. And I fucking stepped on that fool's back and fucking made it. And got up that bitch. But I swear to God, I thought I was going to fall through that motherfucker, though, when I was up there. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like gently walking this shit. And fucking, yeah, that shit was a crazy night. You know what I mean?
Funny ass stories of rooftops. Like,
let's hear some.
Okay, here's one of my favorites. So it was me, Verse, and Meps. It was always the three of us, basically. And it was a strip club that had closed down. Fuck, I can't believe I forgot that fucking name. It was a super popular strip club that was an every fucking rapper's song. Diamonds. There we go. Okay. So I saw that it had fucking closed down, and I'm like, yo, we need to get that fucking rooftop.
For real, huh?
Because it's on the fucking highway type shit. So, all right, cool. Mev brings his telescopic ladder, but that shit's janky as fuck. Like, that shit has fucking collapsed on us before. Yeah. So it was basically like you had to get onto one roof and then transition to another roof to get to the one that we wanted to paint, right? Mm-hmm. So we fucking go, and like, Meth is skinny, he's light, you know, and then we got Verse, and he's fucking tall and fucking like a linebacker.
Yeah.
And then you got me, that I'm short as fuck. I'm like 5 foot nothing. And so we get to the first fucking like little roof, and tell me how it didn't have, like, it wasn't cement or it wasn't floor, it was fence, like chain link fence.
Right.
Laid down.
Gravel.
Not even gravel. I'm telling you, that was the roof.
God damn.
It was a chain link fence. That was the fucking roof. So there's like the big metal piping, which is, I don't know what the fuck it is, if it's the water, if it's what. So then I remember I'm scared as fuck to walk on that chain link fence. You get me? Because I'm like, yo, this shit's gonna fucking collapse and I'm gonna fall through this shit.
Exactly.
So I'm trying to like shimmy my way, like holding on to the other rooftop, and I'm shimmying my way over. And Verse is already on the other rooftop, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, he pulls me up. Fine. We do the fucking rooftop. Cool. All right. When we're getting back down, that was the fucking problem. Okay? I don't know. I don't understand what is my issue that I can climb up shit. I can't get down.
Oh, shit.
So, here we go. So, Verse is like, all right, Mess is already down on that chain link fence roof thing. And Verse is like, I'm going to propel you down. Like, I'm going to hold you from your arms, like both arms, and bring you down, Reds. And I'm like, dog, I don't reach. I don't fucking reach. And my little legs are dangling on this fucking rooftop as this nigga's fucking holding me from my forearms. And I'm just like kicking like this, going crazy. And I'm like, I can't reach. I can't reach. And then Mess is yelling at me. He's like, let go. Let go. You're almost there. But I couldn't see. But the thing was, what I was worried about, because of what I had to land on was that fucking metal piping. And I'm like, if I fall wrong, if I don't fall on this right, I'm gonna fucking bust my ass. Like, I'm gonna shit.
You'd be like Humpty Dumpty, just slide off that bitch and bow.
So fucking Verse is yelling at me, Mess is yelling at me, let go, let go. And I'm like, no. And I'm like, okay. Yo, it was literally like,
That's just hilarious.
Oh my God. Then I'm like, oh shit, I was right there. And then Mess was like, you fucking idiot. He's like, I've been telling you were like right there.
That's just hilarious. But when you're dangling like that, you have no idea. You just fucking don't know how far it is. You know what I mean?
I thought the fucking
fuck
fall
yourself
was,
up.
like, I thought the fall was gonna be like fucking falling for like 5 feet or some shit, you know? Like, I don't know, like some crazy shit. And like, I literally was just like,
That's funny. That's funny. Hey, who's some of your like favorite rap artists? I know you're in the rap music. Who do you like bumping before you go out bombing or when you're painting? What are you listening to?
Guru, Gangstar.
For real. That's my number one. She be hating on Guru all the fucking time.
No.
Every time I post something.
No.
He does. He's a big old hater when it comes to that shit.
No. I mean, it's like any like old school, like Big Pun, you know, like old school hip hop type shit. You know, that's what really, and I don't care if I've heard the songs a million times, like I still bump them like they just fucking came out. Like, that's what we all listen to. But then again, and then I love to listen to Kodak Black. You know, I love like the fucking ignorant shit too. And I'm a huge fan of Bone Thugs and Harmony. Okay.
Are you like a concert person or no?
No, I used to be, not anymore. I can't stand being around a lot of people.
It's hard.
It gets me like anxiety. I can't stand like people bumping into me and all that shit. Like I start just like I just avoid it. Like I'm good. Like keep the fuck over there.
Oh yeah. Hey, how'd you come up with your name?
I got it back in high school. Because that day, like when I'm active or like running or whatever the fuck, my cheeks get really, really, really red.
Okay.
So that day I had like even redder hair than this. I had a red bow in my hair. I had red shorts on, a red drawstring backpack.
You just blood gang.
And red shoes. And I had just ran the mouth. So my cheeks were mad fucking red. And my boy just looks at me. He's like, you look like a red crayon. I'm like, okay. So like every day he started calling me Red Crayon, yo Red Crayon, and then like for short he just started calling me Red. So I'm like, all right, cool, you know, like I fuck with that. So when I started doing graffiti, I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna go with red. Like everybody knows me as Red already, like I'm already used to it and shit. And the thing was, like, I used to piece and like that's what I would write, Red. And
right.
I hated how like when you piece, you can't do too much with the letter D. Like, no matter what, like, either a throw up or nothing. Like, it's such a weird letter to fucking end some shit because you can't do too much with that letter. So I just ended up adding the S because it's, to me, the S is like one of the best letters in the fucking alphabet.
What's your favorite?
Yeah.
Heck yeah, and it's been ever since, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I've never changed my name. I've never gone up like thrown up anything. I mean, I had a second name, but it was not. You know, I didn't really get up all that much, and I did it more also because me and Verse, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, we fight like brother and sister, and I always finish first at all the spots, but this nigga's hard headed as fuck, and it was always like, no, you don't. I said, no, you want to fucking bet? I go, how about I'm gonna do two names in the same spot, and I'm gonna still finish first than you. And I legit did the fucking Reds and Nismo, which was the other name. I did both
Right.
those names right next to him and fucking finished
You
first
got him.
steady.
What did he say? Was he pissed?
He's like, look how much bigger my shit is. And it's always an excuse.
He's trying to come up with some excuses, huh? That's
Oh my
too
god.
funny. This is the one I got. This is the one I got right here. I'm gonna show you real quick. Oh, haha. See if you can see it. There you go.
That's the old throw. Yep. Oh, it's not bad. I kind of like it. Aw, old throw, old hand style. Is the year on it? I usually don't put the year. I forget.
Nah, I didn't see it yet. I looked earlier and I didn't see one.
Man, I've gotten better about that.
I'm trying to think who was all there for that crush.
That crush
I think that's
was
the one with Boke and Tumor were both there.
Oak, Tumor,
Yeah.
Coles,
Was
Dulce.
that the was that the wild one? That was the wild one, was it? Was that the wild one? Like,
And I think I know what you're talking about. Wow.
there are like 3 or 4 things that went down that weekend from the very beginning. That was the one, and then
I
it's
got
still.
fucking blamed. I got blamed that I was the one that set up that fucking fight.
Where at? Which one? The first one, the second one, the third one?
I don't even know.
I think you're talking about the one that kind of in the middle. I remember there was one in the middle, and someone got fucked up because they were talking to shit, and like somebody was right behind them too. You know what I mean? It was like one of those, oh, you can't take these motherfuckers nowhere, and boop. You know what I mean? It was like, what, fool? Like,
Yeah, I got blamed for one of those fights. Basically, they were saying that because the guy was my crew member,
hold on.
and he saw, huh?
Is that the? Is that the? Now I'm thinking that was the same one where that, because there's a couple of them. Was that the one where? Are you talking about what crew are you talking about?
CBS.
Right, they got there and they were there for 30 minutes and they left. Right, going back to Cali. We got there like I remember we were driving out there fast as fuck. Me and Shu and Zeiss.
So when that shit fucking popped off,
That was
so
the
since
same one.
he seen me hanging out with all of y'all,
Mm-hmm.
I got blamed. He's like, you set this up, didn't you? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I just met these niggas. Like, why?
Oh, he tried to blame you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, it was way deeper than that. Like there was people talking shit. Like we're gonna see you when we get there.
I know.
And the big homie RIP came down and he saw him.
I know. And it sucks because it's like I literally got blamed for that shit. And I was just like, dog, like I legit just met these niggas like today type shit. Or the day before. It doesn't matter. Point is, I'm like, really? Like you would fucking blame this shit on me? Like I'm not even that type of person.
How do I say? Whoever, I don't remember who that fool was or his name, but he was rolling with trouble. You know what I mean? And
it caught up. That's not my fault. That's not my problem.
I remember, I'm not going to say who it was, but I remember like the next day, like I was with Boke. And Boke was kind of on a mission to kind of find some shit out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember Big Dog was like, wherever, I go or Boke goes, there better be 2 or 3 motherfuckers. So Boke just takes off, and I don't know with him. I'm like, I'm rolling with him, fuck it. And I remember he found who he was looking for. And it was someone I knew too. And it was the person who kind of paid for them to come out here. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, man, I hope you don't say nothing wrong, bro. Like, cause if you do, it's about to be on. And if it's on, well, of course, I got, you know what I mean? I'm fucking got to take care of, handle business too. But he kind of bitched up and he was like, oh, he kind of even denied even knowing that person. Like, oh, I didn't bring them out here and they're not staying with me. And da-da-da-da. And that fool kind of like gave him that look. And I was like, fool, you're lucky because you don't want to deal with that one, right? was craziness though. I forgot about that part. I honestly forgot about that part. I'm thinking the next morning when we were there, and the little fool came up and started woofing about how he's been dissing us and everything. And that part.
Oh yeah.
And then later on that night, there was another fight, like I said, in the middle kind of type of shit
Oh
going
my
on.
God.
And then I left at 4:20 in the morning, and it still went down even again because I woke up the next morning like, what the fuck is this? What's all this? I see nothing but throwies.
Yeah.
Oh, what's
Oh my
going on?
God.
I'm like,
Yes.
what's going on? Like, I was there now 2 hours ago. What the fuck's going on? Like,
I remember the whole fucking wall was dead.
yeah.
I mean, I don't mean to laugh at that, but just it was
Nah,
like,
they,
what the
they
fuck?
fixed it before anyone saw it because everyone was like, what the fuck? And yeah, those fools. I believe it was those cats at the beginning, the very first in that morning, that cat that came back that night with his homies to
Yeah,
diss that shit, and
I
they got
remember that shit.
caught.
I remember.
And I had just missed that. Like I went home, it was like 4:20. I was like, fuck, I'm tired, man. Like, and I didn't live far. And like literally,
And
I guess that shit went
that
down
was
like,
funny when they got caught.
yeah,
That shit was funny because I was there for that.
they fucking, oh man. And they did that shit perfect too, from what I heard. They fucking got them going one way, and before you know it, they're in the dead end with everyone. Like, what do you do with that? That was wild, man. It was
Yeah.
wild. That was crazy. Good times though. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
That was a pretty live crush though, too. You know,
It was one of my favorites, to be honest.
nice. Do you ever do any other kind of like events like that, like the Paint
I used to.
Lewis?
I used to when I was really light. before I linked with y'all motherfuckers.
Man, that's
I
some
used
good times.
to
That's some good times. That's some good times.
I
You know what I
used to
mean?
get invited to all the fucking paint jams.
Oh, I got you. I missed it, but now I caught it. Now I caught it a little late. But yeah, fools be hating. Hey, you know what I mean? But what you can see though, it's come a long way too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They squashed the beef 6 months ago. That you know, who would have? I don't want to say who would have ever thunk, but I mean, I'm
No,
glad you know.
I'm glad all that shit. You get me? Everything worked out the way that it did. You know, I never gave a fuck. I got into the fucking crew in the middle of all the fucking beef too. You get me?
Hmm.
And I got a lot of the shit. I never
I'm
gave a shit.
sure you did. You
I went
know what I
through.
mean? Because you hit. I don't want to say like different markets, but you're all over the place. Like you're.
I was a target. I
You
was
know what I
definitely
mean?
a target.
Did you catch a lot of flack for that?
Hell yeah. Hell fuck yeah. You have no clue. You have no fucking idea.
From everyone, day ones, like was it like almost like too much, or were
It wasn't.
you,
It's never too much
or
for
were you
me.
just like fuck y'all? If y'all can't accept me for me, fuck it.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I
didn't
mean?
give a shit. I didn't give a fuck. I did not give a fuck. That was never a problem. Like, bring the beef.
Mm-hmm.
I love that shit. Like, that has never been an issue for me.
Now,
I'm glad now, you get me? Like, it's not, like, I haven't really beefed with anybody, in a long, 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 long time. But, yo, there was a while that it was just, like, back to back to back. And I'm the type of motherfucker that I'm going to show up to your city. Like,
right.
that.
And when you say beef, is it like straight graffiti beef, or is it more than that? Like fools wanting to catch their heads, or like you know what I mean? Like, have you ever had to fight anyone over
It
some
went
beef?
either way. It went either way. I caught a lot of shit.
Mm,
A lot of shit. And I never cared.
for real, I mean, that's you got to be. I always say you got to be your own person. You know what I mean? And we all have our own reasons of why we do what the fuck we do. At the end of the day, and that's up to us. You know?
I had a lot of people who also stopped talking to me for being, a part of TKO.
Like that.
Um,
Fuck.
it's okay. I mean, it's all
Mm,
right. Like I would tell them, I'm like, I'm still the same person. You feel me? Like nothing changes. But if you don't want to be associated with me because of the 3 letters that I'm pushing, then that's on
mm-hmm.
you. Like, I
Did
nothing.
you ever? Did you ever? Did shit ever change? Like, you know what I mean? Like, are you friends with those people today? Did you guys mend your ways, or
Yeah,
was it still on some
yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
Some of them, I mean, still don't talk to me, and I really don't give a shit. Like, I'm not gonna beg anybody to be my fucking friend. So
That's petty. You
I
know
don't
what I
care.
mean?
Like, that's cool. Like, then fucking
Yeah.
go the other way, dog. Like, I don't need to be your friend. Like, I got enough fucking friends. Really, you don't want to talk to me no more. You don't want to fuck with me no more. Type shit. That's on you. You
Keep
want to be
pushing.
sour? You want to be sour about some shit? Cool. Like I would tell all of them. Like, and it was, even during that time, I was like, I used to be friends, really, really, really close friends during that time with a lot of MTAs, and they took it they took it as that, I switched up on them, and they were just kind of worried that I was gonna give them up or some shit. And I'm like, dog, like y'all are my dogs. Like these are people that came through for me, type shit. Like, nothing's gonna fucking change. But if you want to stop talking, that's cool. I gotta respect that, I'm not, like I said, I'm not here to beg anybody to be my friend. That's just, it's not an option.
So real quick, you were saying beef with people in other cities. If you visited a city and you did your thing and some people diss you, you go back?
1,000%.
Or like, you know what I mean? Excuse me.
1,000%. 1,000%. Then I'm going back to fix my spot, and then now I'm gonna target you to fucking go over you. But then I'm also looking for you to fuck you up, like. And it's happened multiple times.
You catch more beef with guys or females? I mean,
Guys.
I know there's more guys, but you know what I mean? Is there, chicks just trying to catch the fame?
The fucking chicks have caught the fade. Chicks have definitely caught the fade, and niggas have caught the fade.
Oh, shit.
Like, I've always been the type, it's not that I think that I'm invincible or that I'm, like I'll beat anybody's ass type shit, because I will gladly get my ass handed to me by a nigga.
Right.
But that
You just ain't gonna be disrespected, though.
I'm not down with that type of shit. Like, you ain't gonna get slick in the mouth, and you ain't gonna go over my shit either. You get me? Like, and especially if there's no fucking reason. Like, I'm mad respectful with everybody, and especially when I go out to paint, like in different cities and shit. Like, I try not to be like going over anybody. You get me? I'm super fucking respectful, so I expect that same respect, being handed, to me as well.
No, for sure.
But the problem is that I've noticed is that some people have tried to fucking beef with me, just to fucking like try to, like, I don't know, it's like one, to get my attention, but like to catch that cheap fame.
Yeah, that clout.
And that's just whack as fuck. Like, I'm not gonna sit on the internet either and go back and forth with you. Like, I'm gonna fucking show up. I'm just gonna show up to your fucking city and diss all your shit. That's the way that I see it. And if you want to fucking fight, which is always my fucking option, my go-to, like, let's do this shit. Let's throw hands.
Old school way, huh?
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta do that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I believe in the old school ways, 1,000%.
I was gonna ask you, do you think like 90% or what percentage of the beef is bullshit? Is it like 90%?
Like, when you say bullshit, like what,
like just someone being on some bullshit, just going over you, just trying to get some clout, just not a legitimate ass reason.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't even know what kind of percentage to put on that, to be honest. Because a lot of it, I mean, and I can only speak for myself pretty much, my experiences. A lot of it has been bullshit. But then a lot of it has just been like, I don't know, like really not just like liking me for no reason. And
no, those are haters for sure.
Like, no reason.
Just because you're getting up. And they ain't got nothing better to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're the ones. They're like the keyboard gangsters.
Yeah, keyboard gangsters. No.
But they actually make it out their house. You know what I mean? And go dish shit and just, you know what I mean? Oh man.
I can be the nicest person. You get me? Like, the most respectful, down to earth. Like, man, like I said, I show everybody respect. You get me? Like, if you come out, like, to come and meet me and all that shit, like, I'm not on a fucking high horse, like, I encourage people, like, yo, come say what's up, like, I'm not one of these writers, because it's like, I've been in those situations where I've met, like, some of my favorite writers, or, like, writers that I really look up to.
They're
fucking dicks, and it's like, for what, bro? Like, who the fuck are you, dog? Like, at the end of the day, we're fucking people that just fucking write on walls. Like, you're no fucking better than me as a person.
Not at all.
So I've never, like when I